Good morning, guys. Jake with McKnight Southern Outdoors. I apologize for my voice. It's a little weird. I've got some allergy stuff going on, but this is an update to the original video I put out about Mississippi and the changes from the new NFA ruling that come through that has got some stuff kind of going crazy in South Carolina with people like Palmetto. So addressing Mississippi again, I've talked to some lawmakers. I've talked to Palmetto. And I've talked to some attorneys that are guiding people in this process, and now I know more or less exactly how this is going to shake out, or I guess I should say potentially shake out. So the Mississippi law and I think this is going to be, it's going to be Code 973731, I believe, is where they tie our suppressor laws to the original NFA laws, which is what has us in a bind right now. We have an opportunity for our lawmakers to change that. However, that's not going to happen until January 5th. They'll have an opportunity to make some corrections to that, but it won't happen until January. So, and that's if they decide to address it. So this is the time that we, as residents of Mississippi, need to push our lawmakers and make sure they understand that this is important to us and we want them to address it. If they do not address it on January 5th, they will not have an opportunity, until they come back together. And I'm not sure how that'll shake out. But so really quickly, let me discuss the process of a suppressor. I won't talk about the SBRs. They're going to be the same situation that they were before, but I want to focus on suppressors. That's mainly what people are concerned about. So a suppressor right now is treated as an NFA item in Mississippi. That has not changed, and it will not change at least until January 5th. So you will still have to go to an authorized retailer. You will have to fill out a Form 4 so they can transfer it to you. You'll have a waiting period and whatnot, and then you'll get your suppressor just like before. I do not know what current wait times are. They're still drastically lower than they were a couple of years ago. I would expect it's, a week to a couple of weeks, maybe. It's really just going to depend on what's going on. I haven't heard from anyone locally that has bought one that's been, taking very long. So we'll see. All right. Now, I've had people say online that, hey, if you own land in another state, you can go to that other state. You could go to South Carolina and Palmetto and order your suppressor. None of that stuff is true, guys. It's not going to work. You have to use your driver's license and your home address, the address where you live, and it has to match your driver's license. So I seen a guy in the comments that said, hey, I own property in Alabama, just go to Alabama and buy one. You can't do that. So don't let people talk you into driving a state over and try to buy a suppressor. It is not going to work for you. Again, you're going to have to do the same exact thing we did before. Nothing's going to change, at least until January 5th. So I would say do not wait on a suppressor. Tax-free weekend is coming up. If you want a suppressor, go get your suppressor. Yes, we should be able to get this knocked off and be able to go buy them like any other firearm. So if you want one, go get one. Don't wait. If it changes, that's fantastic. But right now, if you've been wanting a suppressor, don't let that hold you up. It is a hindrance, and it shouldn't be a law, but it is. And right now, there's no tax stamp, and you're about to have no taxes on the suppressor. So go get what you want and what you've been wanting and save that money, and then we'll address this change if and when it goes into effect. And again, if anybody has specific things that they're questioning or they don't understand, hit me up on Facebook. My phone number's out there for the store. If you got any questions, I'd be glad to talk it over with you. And I appreciate everybody kind of liking and sharing that last post. It got out there, and I appreciate that. So guys, again, go get your suppressors, fill out the Form 4, go through your waiting period, and it's going to be just fine. And then hopefully our lawmakers will not turn this into a political agenda and use it for votes, and they'll get this stuff knocked off the books. God bless, guys, and we'll talk later.